Oh, okay, it's a day in the life. I'm in the Buick and I am racing because I have too much to do. We have a revolution going on, and some of you who know me very well know that I have a revolution going in my living room, and we have community building, and this has been, we have ice that is still here. This is day 86 of the government, the federal government, pushing on the state government and its people and its rules and its laws, and specifically in immigration. So it has been civil unrest for 86 days. And in those 86 days, I have to say there's more that you can imagine of what's happening. So we have a lot of people that we have to feed. We have a lot of rent that's due. It's been here now that everybody is, March will be the time where everyone runs out of resources. Look, a city, everybody can do this for a while, but they can't do it. They can't do it sustainably for long. So we are going to see in March, really, this is when eviction paperwork is starting, that people that couldn't go to work now for 86 days, they are out of savings. And we are still delivering food. We are delivering to about 400 people every single week. And it has needed all of us to be able to make things happen. So we have a secret location that we turned into a food shelf that we deliver out of, and luckily the landlord is also an immigrant, so he's going to look the other way for what we're doing. We can't keep it up long term because you can't have a food shelf like that in an office building. It just doesn't work. But for what we're doing, it has kept us safe. It has kept us under the radar. And so I had a whole carload to deliver today, and I had strangers helping me. I'm like, look, I got to get this out of this car fast. That's the other thing that is very much exactly like when we did Project Elf, of you have to unload that truck as fast as you can and leave as fast as you can. Like, you don't want anyone to see you. And boy, am I good at that. I am very good at it disappearing in the world. So that's this morning. And the next thing that is happening is I am not hosting, I'm just participating, is this giant monarch thing. The snow is holding off. I think it's going to snow on us while we're there. We could get missed the whole way. They're doing drone footage, and we're going to have some dancers, and we're hoping for a nice viral message of turning into a monarch butterfly. And as you know, I do love me a good choreographed event. So I'm excited to be there. I'm going to meet some of my other superstars. I think that you'll see Poppy there. I think we'll see Josie there. Josie has been totally rocking the whole, so many things. That girl has so much to teach me. So I'm excited to see her, and Sarah will be there, I think. So I'll get to be at that event with a lot of people that I really care about, who also are part of, creating a revolution in general. So we get to play outside, and that's going to feel good. The delivery drivers are driving tomorrow. So just to kind of put it in perspective, they're delivering about 1,800 pounds of food every single week. And that's a lot. So we have to get it. We have to procure it. We have to drag it somewhere. We have to sort it. So then we have to pack it, and then we have to deliver it. So it goes quick, and it goes real quick. And we are not the only person. There are so many other organizations doing this, that we are specific into a known community that we know. The other thing that's going on is, oh gosh, all of the people that were picked up Thursday night are free. They picked up 30 journalists in the night, and they picked them up, guns drawn, in the middle of the night as protesting, and they are really making a statement about an event here. And this is a big one. And you see some of our local stars of people who have been fighting for injustices to be solved, to be addressed, and they are really being persecuted. And when you have a larger power pushing on a smaller power, it feels really like no one's listening. And that is, I had a breakdown when I was in Florida of somebody who was like, oh my gosh, you just need to know the nation is with you. And I'm like, I just burst into tears. And I'm like, it doesn't feel that way. Like, we do not see you. We do not see you, America. We do not see you. And that's how I felt. Like, where are y'all? Like, why is it that we feel so isolated here in Minneapolis? So doing community events is how I am solving that, is getting community together, and getting community together in a lot of different ways. So today we have the Monarch event, and then the other project that I'm working on right now, which I'm hoping also gets finished up this week, is with Courtney. And Courtney is someone that we worked with Brandon. Brandon's project, if you remember from years ago, he did the documentary series that won huge awards of being in homelessness in the homeless encampments here. And my role in that one is to just love that creator, but to give him, out of our bevy of resources, the tools that he can have to go into community. And when you bring things into those areas and you're constantly bringing gifts, you have a little bit of street cred that you are there to really help. Like, if you show up to really help, you can help. And Brandon did a listening series, and he has an enormous amount of footage, but he put them together, made a documentary, and one of the people in that documentary was a mother named Courtney. And for whatever reason, I just knew this is the next one. Like, this young lady is such a good writer. She has such a big story to tell. Not just about living in homelessness, not just about addiction, and, not just about all of those things, right? So Courtney has put together a dream, an artistic, creative dream, and we need to make that happen. So I'm excited. I'm thinking that we may finish this out this week. That's my hope. Then the next thing that I got permission on today, big day of shifting. The next thing I'm really hoping for is, it hit me this morning of, right, Tegan and Carson are getting married. Carson is struggling with his sobriety. And he's struggling with his sobriety also because money is tight. And that is for him, like, that's the key thing for him of, he doesn't like being poor. And he's not poor, but he feels he does not make enough money. That is true. And anyway, so we started doing odd jobs last year. He really liked them, but he also does not have the mental capacity to manage all of those with all of his just all of his obstacles, real or imagined. There are a lot of things that are difficult for Karsten. And Tegan is like amazing because she's capable and can manage really basic things. Like, if we say we'll be there at 6 o'clock, we'll be there at 6 o'clock. So they did a lot of just odd jobs over the summer, and they made like $5,000 extra. So I called the photographer this morning for the wedding, and I said, hey, here's a video. I think I'd like to try to learn how to make these flowers. Let's do it as a class. And can we do it at your studio and raise the money to pay you for being the wedding photographer? And she is like, oh, yes, I'm down for that. And I called Tegan about that today, and she is like, oh, yeah. And while I called her, she is learning she's teaching herself how to make coffin picture frames, because she also does dead art. So I gave her a couple of the ideas, and she's like, yeah, I want to start doing paint and sips and some other things. And I went, okay, great. Let's do them at Janine's. And Janine was in one of my business groups with Tegan. I put Tegan in that group early because she didn't know who she was going to become. She was still homeless when I put her in with other groups of people who were also just about to burst, and some people who are very versed already. So Janine was already quite successful. So was VJ when they started in that business group, but they could help lead and support. And Fatoon was in that business group too. And anyway, Janine, the photographer who is letting us use her studio and who's being the photographer for Tegan, that the first time she photographed Tegan was the first thing that Tegan did for herself when she got enough money. She got like a job, like she'd earned enough money that she could really just do something nice for herself. And what did she do? She went and got her hair done, and like done, like expensive done. And Janine was like, oh my gosh, we have to photograph that hair. So then also Janine learned how just beautiful Tegan is to photograph. So then over the last 5 years that they have photographed lots of things. So Tegan has been a great backup for Janine to have as like someone that they can photograph. And she's also photographed Karsten a lot because she's a wedding photographer. So they get to have more magic, more history, more times to make change. So for Janine gets to watch someone come out of homelessness and move into a wonderful life and be able to support that. And that, I think, is my favorite part of community, is that you grow someone, they understand, they'll grow another, they'll grow another, they'll grow another. And for whatever reason, that's actually what's happening right now, is that I lived long enough, I've worked at this idea long enough that prosperity is something that magnifies, and that if I mentor out in the community, I will grow some really great people, and those people will grow many more great people. And that's really where we're at right now, is we are seeing all of these people who we're leading lead better, lead bigger, lead consistently, and gather up people to be great next. So that's the world. That's the life of Mickey today. And so I'm gonna go home. My husband's gonna drop me off at this event. I'm gonna put on a fuzzy warm jacket, and maybe I'll see you from there. All right, that's a day in the life. Bye.